not send me out at all, and I ran into the world of trouble with this console. Oh my goodness.
Help me!
Hi mates. Hello my little aliens. I'm not sure how many of you even want to see this, but I think it's time that I do a sit down video, because every single video recently has me been settling into this new house and it's been vlog after vlog after vlog. So I want to sit down and I'm going to show you the things that I've accumulated over the past few years. So this is my handheld gaming collection. For as long as I can remember, I was obsessed with handheld consoles. So I don't know about you can let me know in the comments, but handheld gaming for me, or I would say, is what really got me in to my love of games and gaming. I'm gonna give you the tiniest bit of backstory, but for me, handheld gaming, I always say, saved my entire life, because games are what give me purpose. And yeah, so what really got me into gaming was the Game Boy, I would say. I had a pink Game Boy, the one with the screen, and I'll just play Pokemon forever and ever and ever, and I really liked it. From then, as I said before, I got the 3DS, the GS, and all the DS ranges, and then I just was obsessed. I never played any serious hard games like Final Fantasy. I played a lot of cute, cozy games for a long time until I got older and I started picking up the more heavy type of games, whatever that means. So yeah, from then on, I guess handhelds were what I really was into, and I've accumulated quite a lot over the past few years. I've also got rid of some, gained some, sold some, traded some, and now I'm back to collecting. Also, I'm starting my retro games collection, and you'll see a video on that. Since I've got my house, I want to just invest in things that make me happy, and that's games. So let's get started. Let's get down to business. Can I get a witness? But first thing I want to talk about is something that I have not spent a lot of time with, but I am going to give a review, and that is the Miyoo Mini. And are these things illegal? Am I breaking the law? Am I going to get arrested? Because this is an emulator, and I've never been sure if emulation like this is legal, but if it was illegal, then why would it be sold everywhere? Do you know what I mean? This is the Miyoo Mini Plus, and it's this tiny, dinky, cute little thing, and I always pack it in my bag when I travel to play with, but I end up going to my Steam Deck or my Switch, so I do want to spend more time with this. The only thing is that back in the day, things took a long time to load, and with my ADHD and I'm just impatient. I'm not even almost gonna but I'm just impatient. Load times a little bit annoying, but what can I expect? So yeah, this is an emulator. It has a lot of Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy games on here, lots of Nintendo. Not a lot of PS2, and I know why. It's because this isn't powerful enough with PS2 games, but it does come loaded with lots and lots of games, and it is really pretty, and I've got a little case for it. Did think it was going to be trash, and it's not trash. The backstory about this is that I just wanted something to slip into my bag. I don't think we have handhelds that are handhelds anymore. I would always argue that the perfect handheld was the DS models, because they can actually fit into your pockets and your bags, whilst everything else we've got now, you need muscles to be able to hold them. I go to the gym just so I can hold them. Okay, the next thing, people won't class this as a handheld, but it's a game that you play in your hand, therefore it is a handheld. This is the PS Portal. Basically, this is a portal into your PlayStation 5. It didn't work as well at my old house, but it really works better at this house. I tested it for a few minutes the other day. I would say if you can afford it, this was gifted. It's a good investment if you want to play PlayStation all around your house or down the road at the park. Basically, as it says, a portal in to your PlayStation. Would recommend it if you have the spare cash. If you don't have the spare cash, I don't think it's particularly worth it, in terms of you could spend it on bills, food, rent, pretty objects. But if you're a gamer, this is the one. Okay, we're gonna then switch to the loves of my absolute life, which is Nintendo. So as I said, I brought this for nostalgia reasons. Oh my gosh, at the minute, Game Boy Advances, Game Boy Advance SPs are skyrocketing. As I said, I'm starting to do retro game collecting, and I'm going to do a lot of content around that. But I have looked at the price for the Game Boy Advance, and also someone in my stream called Smash was saying that he was looking for Game Boy Advance, but they're just so freaking expensive at the minute. So this is Nintendo Advance SP. Honestly, I would say I brought this for more nostalgia reasons. yeah, I have played a few games. I've played Bratz, I've played Nemo on it, but I only have 3 games, hence I'm going to be up on my collection soon, hopefully. One of the best consoles ever made, a true handheld console. It's basically the size of a McChicken burger from McDonald's with extra cheese because it's particularly chunky. Honestly, perfect size handheld, put it in your bag. One thing that I will say about that I like about these type of games is that you don't have to be near internet to play them. With new consoles these days, it's, oh, you can only play it if you update. And it's kind of like, what if I just want to go into the wilderness for 4 months and not have to update a console? These retro games, baby. I never thought I'd be at a time where I'm like, oh, Nintendo advances are retro, but I guess we're all getting old. The next one I would say that is the perfect handheld that oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much I adore the DS lines, the 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS. Remember the 2DS that is kind of like the size of a plate? Toast. It's the size of toast. I really love that one. I'm gonna buy a new one. I want one in pink though, so I put a few bids on eBay for one. And that, I think that was my favorite ever console. But I love the fact that it's got dual screens. I hope with the new Switch we do get a dual screen option because, as I said, true handheld, the screen is actually big when you think of it. It's the size of toast and you can fold it, put it into your pocket, and it's super lightweight. Again, all you need to do is add the cartridges, no updates. And yeah, I think this is the console that changed the game for gaming for me, if that makes sense, bit of a mouthful. Because yeah, I fell in love with every single game, and I think the library is so humongous. A lot of people are modding these days because you're allowed and it's not as bad if you own the games. I wouldn't suggest it if you don't own the games because the Nintendo might come and arrest you and your family, throw you into prison, not feed you, and then you'll never be able to play games again. Do you want that for your life? I think not. So I think that this is probably one of my favorite ones. I don't need a wide range of games for it at the minute, but I do have quite a lot of games. I've got quite a lot of rare games as well. I've got the Magician's Quest, which is going for hundreds, and I'm just not letting go of it because what a game. Whether you can ROM it or not, like buying the physical always gives me the thrills inside. So yeah, one of my favorites, and I like the fact that this came out with so many colors. It had purple, pink, green. Nintendo always do well when it comes to branding. I wish that they did this with the Switch because I don't really like it that the only color to spy was black. Also want to get my hands on a 3DS XL. I'm going to the car boot on Sunday, so hopefully I can pick one of those up. The next console I have got, there are many reasons why people have this, and this is the original Switch model. The reason why people have this is because they can mod it if they want to, but I just have the original one because I'm a collector and I like to have the originals of things. A little bit slower. It does actually feel kind of bulkier compared to the other one. I don't know why, maybe it's not. I have a big backstory with this. So when I got my hands on this, I saved months and months and months out of my pay when I worked at the care home. I was working crazy shifts just to be able to save for this because I was always in my overdraft all the time and I couldn't afford it really. So I saved probably from release date, I saved a little bit of money each month to be able to afford it. So it does hold some nostalgia. I also destroyed it in my unboxing. My very first unboxing, I destroyed my new Nintendo Switch and I spent ages, like a few hours being super upset with myself and crying about it. Because I saved so much for it and I broke it during an unboxing and I couldn't even play it. So that was really sad. But yeah, the original one fixed and just, it has a really nice place in my heart because I feel like this right here is therapy. Okay, the next thing we have got is my Nintendo Switch now that I currently use. So we have my original Switch, and then we have my the newest model of the Nintendo Switch, which honestly I think this will always be forever one of my handheld consoles. I have got a little cute skin on it. It's good enough to eat. I think I started this by playing Zelda. So Zelda was my first game on the Switch, and also Animal Crossing. Fell in love with both of them with my whole achy breaky heart. It was dedicated to those two games and nothing in the world mattered but those two games. I have the tasty looking Joy-Cons on them. Nintendo. They make everything very cute and I love them for that, and it was the first time I would see games such as The Witcher run on a Switch, which I found really impressive because it was the first time before we had the Steam Deck or anything else that we could have a game like The Witcher just in our pocket with us on a cartridge and take it around with us. I mean, that was a luxury. I nearly forgot this. This is Sunpi from the future. I don't know how on earth I would ever forget this. This is my Steam Deck, and I love this thing. I love it. Those of you who always ask me, do I recommend 120,000 million quadrillion bajillion with cupcakes on? Yes, I would. Oh, I love it so much. It's powerful. You literally have a PC in your hand. You can add emulators to it. I haven't done that, but the nights I've had with this thing have been crazy. Like, I love it so much. One of my favorite consoles. It comes everywhere with me. This and the Switch honestly have my soul, and it's a surprising thing. It's about £500. What you've got in your hand right now is literally a handheld PC. I went through the ringer with this, so I pre-ordered this on the release day, didn't get one. They would not send it me out at all, and I ran into the world of trouble with this console. Oh my goodness. So I'll link the video below, but my pre-order didn't come, so I brought one secondhand from this guy, and honestly, he seemed so nice. He was an older man, probably like 50, 60. He was like, oh yeah, it works really well. I didn't test it because it was reset. Turned it on, everything looked fine, nothing looked bad. Got home and it had the worst drift in the absolute world. And I messaged him and said it doesn't work. He ignored me, he blocked me. So I reached out to Steam, and because I had the receipt that he sent me and I had the receipt, it was fine. They reimbursed me and sent me a brand new one. And that's how good their customer service is. I wasn't like, I'm an influencer. I was just like, I'm a paying customer. I've pre-ordered it, and then I bought the second hand, sent them the receipt, and they were like, yeah, it's a manufacturing issue. Sent me a brand new one a week later, new box. I got to do a shiny unboxing. I'll link it below and tell you the whole story. But yeah, that's the backstory of this. So we had some trials and tribulations. That they may have been an objection. We may have had to stand in court with Ace Attorney. That concludes the story of my favorite, it's the best handheld consoles in the world, and I would 100% recommend over any other of the ones like this, probably because I'm biased. That is actually nearly everything. I have 2 retro consoles on the way, handhelds, that I will update probably at the mid next year. I was kindly gifted the Backbone. No, this isn't an ad, unfortunately. Kind of wish it was. Just bought a house, could do with the extra pounds right now. And this is so you can remote play and use this for games. They have this for Android and iPhone. Honestly, people always poo on games that are on the mobile, but honestly, I had the most fun with Genshin Impact. And also I'm playing Hello Kitty on the Apple Arcade at the minute. It's so fun. It's complete turning your brain off to play a game kind of game. So yeah, this is the Backbone, and you can set it up with remote play basically. I'm going to be doing a reel about it, but the good thing about this is that you can actually capture gameplay footage with a click of a button as well. So if you are playing Call of Duty and you're using this for remote play or anything like that, or you want to play Among Us with your friends but you don't want to use the tabby screen, I can't give you the full shebang because I don't know how well this runs myself, so I'm not going to lie to you before using it. But if you want to check this out, I will be doing a reel about it and talking about it online. Anyway, that concludes the video. I hope this little sit down chatty video was okay with you. I know I've been doing a lot of vlogs recently, but there's going to be a lot of new fresh content on my channel, and hopefully a better production value because I've got myself a new shiny camera, and I know that my vlogs before were super rushed, but at least I did them, you know, at least I tried. But it's because I've been moving and stuff, so everything has been really rushed, but I still wanted to get content out and share things with you. House is still a mess, but it's not as messy as it was in the first place. Anyway, we can't leave that there. Cyber hugs. Lovely, and I'll probably see you in a few days or something. Bye.